Well, g'day gang. Just for something different. Thought I might show you a week of my work. Like Monday, just bits and pieces. Bits and pieces of what I do Monday to Friday. An average week for me. Yeah. Sometimes it's easy. They're not always bad weeks. Sometimes I get those horrible jobs that you see that I put up on my channel. Gotta take the good with the bad. That's what, you know, it's just the way it is. Anyway, this is what I did for the week.
G'day gang, I just thought I'd show you maybe something different. I'll show you what I do for a week. It's Monday morning. And I don't know what I've got set out for the day or for the week. I do know at the moment I've got this car here. It's an E-Series, F-Series, sorry, VF. Commodore, the last of the Commodores. A Calais, this one, just for a minor service, 45,000 K. Really don't look like a Holden to me, you know what I mean? Holdens were a beer, you know, a beer, a real beer with froth on the top, real beer. This is like a beer in a glass with a straw and a little umbrella. Yeah, not bad. Minor service, easy one. Old Mercedes-Benz, a rego inspection, pretty simple. We service this one regularly, so this will be alright. Next on my list, a VX Commodore. Let's go pads and rotors. Lady supplied the pads, front and back. She also wanted me to put shock absorbers in it, but not today, because it's got a bang in the front of it, but we know what that is. That's them bushes I changed the other day on that other vehicle. Yeah. But she can't afford to have them done today, so we'll just tell her about them. And look, same caliper as what I was doing yesterday, yeah? On my old Chevy. This is off of way later. This is 2002, I think. Kind of makes me wonder who this lady's been to. Plenty of brake pad there, but she supplied the pads, and I'm not asking questions, I'm putting them in. Someone's been up in here before, do you know what the problem is? Not that it's worn out, it's that this here, that air pad there, and this here pad here, this one should be on the outside, like that. That one should be on the inside, like that. See that little thing there? It wraps around that bit there. Hasn't been on there for a while. You could tell. Hasn't been on there for a while. So we'll sort that out. New rotors. Put it together properly. That's how that should look. Not like that. And next on the list is another Commodore. The VT this time. Same engine. Same blah blah blah. This one's got a crook starter motor. It'll be an easy fix. He's a regular, this bloke. He's it's got some kilometres on it, but he looks after it. Yeah, really easy on the old Commodore. Look at that. 2 bolts, a wire. Rattle gun them off, as a matter of fact. So about 10 minutes, maybe. That includes washing my hands, I reckon. So far, everything's been pretty easy. Now I've got a little Suzuki Swift that has, where's my torch? Little Suzuki Swift that has shitted a alternator belt. By the look of that muck down there, I'm going to say that what has happened is the alternator is overloading and putting too much weight on the belt. I would suggest that there's a diode gone inside the alternator, and she don't know where she's at sometimes, and she just overcharges and loads the belt up too much. Everything's free. You can turn the water pump, you can turn the alternator. It's just that when it's running, It's trying to jump too much charge into it. And it's got a misfire in number 3 cylinder by the feel of it, or by the sound of it. When I say by the sound of number 3, I have scanned it, so it's got a misfire in number 3. We'll pull the cover off it and have a look and see what the story is in number 3. I think there's a coil and plug, a coil and lead, like they've got the wasted spark. We'll have a look when we get inside. That's what I love about things like these. So simple. Scanner says it's got a miss on 3. We have wasted spark. That means that it's firing on 2, so it can only be the lead. It can only be this lead. It's faulty. Yep. That sparks at the same time as that. That sparks at the same time as that. Wasted spark. So if we've got spark here and nothing here, it can only be that lead. It has had spark plugs in it, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. She had plugs in it just a little bit ago. Matter of fact, I think I might even put them in. Coil lead itself, I don't know. I wouldn't normally go looking for any problem with a coil lead unless it gave a problem. That's what the problem is, right there. Easy done. Finished the day wiring some lights into an Everest, and that's not a bad day for me. We'll see what tomorrow brings. An early Tuesday morning, it's a brisk 3 degrees. And I've got a little 318 BMW 318i suffering with a coolant loss. And we'll do a pressure test and see what happens from there. Don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it needs a radiator or a water pump, or one of these plastic fittings is leaking or something. The cap was cross-threaded on this Ziggy thread. So maybe that was the issue. I don't know. We'll find out. This might be a real easy day. Not leaking off any pressure. Found the cap cross-threaded on there, as I think I said. I don't reckon anyone's had any coolant in it for a long time. It's still got coloured gear in it, so that'd be alright. I think I'll just run it now and see what happens. Yeah, gang, I thought I might show you something else. This car needs to be scanned. I'll just turn the ignition on. And I know what its problem is. Okay, I'm using the snap on here, so let's just see how long it takes to load this into where we're going to go. So we're a Suzuki. Countdown. Someone do some countdown for me. Suzuki, Australian vehicle. What are we? 30 seconds yet? Australian vehicle. It'll all make sense to you in a minute. 18. Swift. Bam. 1.5. Okay. We want to read the engine. I know what the codes are. Waiting. There we go. See that? Okay. What was that, a minute? 40 seconds? 50 seconds? A minute? Somewhere around there? I'm gonna guess. I'm not gonna clear them out because I'm gonna show you. I bought one of these cheap code readers. It's by Launch, and it's a generic, just does a generic scan. Let's see how long it takes this one to tell me what's the problem with the car from plug-in time. Let's get this plugged in properly. There we go. Okay, we're going. Diagnose. You counting down? There we go, look at that. How long was that? 20 seconds? Has to, eh? 20 seconds. Erase code. Yep. Yep, we're right there. It's been cleared. Code out. Check light out. There we go. So that took what? 15-20 seconds maximum to clear the whole thing. And the old snap on uses up your time. That's what you're paying for, I suppose, all that time to do that. Just thought that was interesting. That's why I've got this little bugger. Quick, quick, quick and easy. Another BMW. This one's for a service. That one over there, I'm waiting on a water pump coming for it. It seems that it's got no flow. Impellers fall off those at the back of the water pump, so that one's going to get a water pump. I'm waiting on an alternator for the little Suzuki. Radiator's just turned up. Things are starting to happen now. Radiator's turned up for the little car. Do a minor service on this diesel BMW. Yeah, on to the next one. 99 Mitsubishi Mirage, remember them? Not a bad little car, this one. Old lady owner. Got over 200,000. I put a belt on it a little while back. So I might put 2 belts on it. Could be. Yeah, well, it's got 300,000 on it now. Yeah, no, whatever. At any rate, this is the one that's getting the radiator and the thermostat. Oh, in there. And that's what failed this one. Just the cause is rotten. And I do a few radiators here. We used to build them up actually here. Here's the frame. The bottles, we've still got the gas, we've still got the frame, the clamps. And yeah, but it's been sitting out here so long, it's just, well that clamp there, that pulls the 2 tanks together. One on the top, one on the bottom. When you see on the tanks or your radiator on your side straps, I don't know. If you look on a radiator on side straps, they usually got a little. Well, that's what that hooks into. It pulls it all together. Robbie Gwynn would know that. I'm back on the little white BMW this morning we were looking at. So I'm in the middle of the process. I just saw you show you this. This 318, so this little 4-cylinder engine like this, they have these water pumps bury right back. Well, there's a couple of little threaded holes in there, and you can do these just like you do a brake drum. It should push the pump out, because if you don't, they're stuck in there forever. I'll keep going. This looks like it's coming actually. This will be nice and easy with each side. Sorry, haven't been watching anything, have you? Sometimes you can just knock them and they'll come away, but not this bugger. 2 hands required. Yeah, I'm going to put that back in, mate. Nothing wrong with it. No. Let's see what the thermostat says. Well, you know, pointless putting a new one in. Someone's changed that at some point, but that's a very common thing to go on these boomers, and you don't know unless you pull it apart. They're so fragile. We've got the thermostat in the cooker. We'll see if that opens up. And what should turn up? The head for the Hyundai. Yep, for that Hyundai. Going to finish up the day with a set of coils and plugs on that Commodore. And that's time to go home for me. And it's Wednesday morning, probably 2 degrees Celsius. Parts are delivered overnight, ready for me to work on this morning. Put a new thermostat in her. As you saw, the water pump really isn't in bad shape. Someone's already changed that. This looks like it's probably original. I gave her the boil up yesterday and nudder. So I'll whack that in and I'll be able to get rid of this one. Happy days. And the little Corolla starter motor's turned up. In for a bit of an adventure with this one, mate, I'll tell you. Can you see what I've got? Oh, well, maybe. I'll give you a look what we've got going on here. Bits of wood holding the engine apart. It only just fits. Yeah, only just fits. What about an old Toyota Corolla? A 95 model. Showing its age. Somebody still loves it enough to put a starter motor in it. So that's what this one's for. What about a 1998 Starlet? Hey? Look at this old pearler. Look at this old pearler. You see the kilometres on it? Yeah, that's original. And it looks like it too. Gives you a bit of shit on the floor there, but the seats, everything is just condition of the steering wheel. It's like brand new, 40,000 kilometres old. Hey? It's due at 47,000. It's done 40. So I did this at 37. And now move on to the Hyundai Santa Fe 2012. Has a code, well, 2 codes as a matter of fact, and they both relate to the throttle actuator. Yeah, one of these things. Want to guess? From Hyundai only. Genuine parts. Got $700 trade. That's the trade price, mind you. Okay. What do you reckon you could go wrong with that? Oh, the muck in there. Apparently what happens is it opens circuits inside the thing, or plastic. The code is for an open blade. It actually comes open when you buy it, so I'm thinking that something is. I'm not going to do that to that one because it's not good to do that. But that's, I don't know. Computer knows best. Now, if you thought it looked bad inside that throttle body, well, you see in here, this is going to just, this just insane. Can you see that? Look at that. Is that insane? Look at the build up in there. Holy moly. This is why. That's the EGR hole. Comes back up into the manifold. And that's why it gets that growth there. So, yeah. Put the new fella on. And it should be just gold. See? Now, into what we go. Hot off the back of a tow truck. I don't know. Model Prado V6. Won't start. Have to just suss that out. I know the vehicle. It's supposed to have a remote. She hasn't left a remote with it, so it's not going to start anyway. She probably lost the remote. African lady. Probably lost the remote and just wants me to magic it. And an old Pathfinder. This one's overheating. I think I found it straight away. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, maybe you can. don't know, we'll try. You see that wetness there? Oh. Focus you bugger. Down in there. Yeah, you can see it. That looks like that wants either a bit of hose or maybe that housing's leaking. So the hose is leaking myself. Okay. And the top up, we see it. Oh, it's hard to be a cameraman and stuff. But I can see it leaking down there. I can see it leaking. You should be able to see it dripping too, probably. See it? Well, yeah, there it is. Confirmed.
Well, it's Thursday morning, bright and early and cold, 2 degrees. So, here's what my task is. That's the hose that failed. It was split there. I split it trying to get it off, but it was split there. And now, unfortunately, I can't get a hose anywhere local, and I'm not waiting, so I'm going to try and see what I can make out of that. Now, as you can probably understand, she's a bugger. She's a bugger. I've got to join them two together. Yeah. And some of it you've got to get through. Some of it you've got to get through down here. You see my thingy? Yeah. Yeah, well, I think for the minute I'm going to enjoy the sunshine that's coming out. It's going to be another hour or so before we get, oh no, probably 2 hours before we get double digits. But I think I might have a decaf and stand in the sun there for a minute. So I might try a zippy tie, like that might give me a little bit of a, when I get it down there, I'll just cut him off. Haven't tried this before, so it'll be interesting to see if that helps. I'm sure it can't hurt.
Oh. Don't kid yourself. That was quite a bugger. And job done. What have we got next?
Oh, it's an Nissan Squitchel. Oh, yeah. Koshkai, whatever you call him. He's going to have a set of front pads, front rotors, rear pads, and a transmission service.
What about a RAV4? He needs brakes as well. That's number 2 brakes job for the day. All done. Next. Oh, that's 2 for the day. I wonder, usually come in 3s. Let's just see what happens during the day. Next is this old Holden Commodore. I know what the problem is.
Yep.
Pads and rotors. It's actually suffering a very low brake pedal. Yeah, well, obviously someone can see fingerprints around. But I reckon that's the problem. Knocking the caliper back. The wheel bearings just kaput. What about the other side? A little bit. These are old school wheel bearings. These are inner outer tapered packy jobs, remember? Anyway, on with her. Well, there's your problem. She's locked on there solid. Maybe cut her off and maybe I can give it a tap. What's our chances? We think we're lucky or not? Oh, I don't think so. That's on there. a good way, I've got to say. Not a good way at all. Ooh, yuck. Thinks we better get a stub axle. Well, there weren't many more options, I'm telling you. Nobody's got one. It's a whole strut we've got to get, and the guy doesn't have the money for a strut, and so, well, let's keep our fingers crossed for him. Should be all right though. There we go. That's better. I'll stop that from happening again. Oh look, a rocket ship with a split windscreen. It's Friday morning. Be a little bit foggy. We'll get into the top teens a bit later. It's about 2 degrees, 3 degrees. Good way to start the day. Hey, goodness me. Goodness me. Look at this stuff. Look at that. A Renault Clio Sport. Now, look at the gadgets in this thing. You got 100,000 kilometres. Got some gadget you push into the dashboard and you do that and it starts up. And then you got a spanner light on. Says it's due for a service. It's got engine check light and it's got a, what did it say? Check anti-pollution system. Oh, that sounds expensive. I think I'll scan that. Oh, this looks expensive. Gearbox 2 sensor, 1 sensor, clutch motor signal, clutch 2, left rear, right hand, clutch motor circuit. Holy moly, holy moly, holy moly. Alternator voltage. Holy smokes. Okay, so it might. We might see how we go with checking the battery or whatever. Maybe it's got a problem there, or wires come off it or something. I doubt that's going to fix the clutchy stuff, but on the gearboxy stuff, fixed. One battery. That's all she wanted. The code for the engine here. What's it saying? What was it? Cruise control, speed limiter deactivation. Don't know why it's got a thing there. We should go and clear that out. But I reckon we're done. A battery, that's all. On the Rio, on this little Clio, bloody RS thing. All them worries, eh, for that lady. Oh, that'll keep the little Renault lady happy. Now I've got an old Falcon. Well, old Falcon. I suppose it's 10-year-old or something. 10-year-old. Oh, it's got a growler. Ooh. It's a simple minor service and a battery which I've already replaced. Yeah, we go through a few batteries here. Yeah, we got batteries. We got batteries for miles on days. Right about now, I think it's time for a meat pie. Done. Battery, 4 tyres, minor service. And now I'm going to send up and get a wheel alignment. Prado needs a fuel pump. Finally got it to give its problem. Suzuki MPV for a clutch. I love it when a guy appreciates your fair quote and your fair charging of pricing enough that when you give him your total, he says, oh well listen, it was only that much, why don't you do a service on it too? So the Pathfinder's getting a service, and the young lady that owns the Renault out there, it's also going to have a service because she was expecting that it's going to be stupid money. So win-win. That'll just about cover me back for the day. It's about 2 o'clock now, and that's an hour and a half before I go home. Happy days, Poets Day. So that's it, Friday. End of the working week, beer o'clock. I've got a little bit of work to do tomorrow. It's going to rain here in my part of town. Probably won't get onto the brakes this weekend, onto the other rear brake, but hey, you know, it is what it is. At any rate, catch you next time. Have yourselves a good one. Cheers. Check you later.